Hello, good evening. Welcome to Wednesday night's calendar.
Thanks for joining us. Here's what's coming up on tonight's programme.
Do you think people living here behind us tonight are going to be fearful?
They are. They really are. They'll have the doors locked. They won't let the children out.
Enough's enough. The bonfire night warnings over fireworks falling into the wrong hands.
We're here at West Yorkshire Fire's control room, where last year they received around 500 calls. This year, with no rain, they're expecting it to be even busier.
The wife of a man killed on a smart motorway in South Yorkshire demands the government releases documents she believes proves the scheme has failed.
The heartbreak in a village near York amid claims 2 geese have been evicted from the local pond ahead of a crunch meeting shortly.
It might be bonfire night around the country, but here at Hillsborough it's blue and white night, and Sheffield Wednesday will hope there's fireworks both off and on the pitch.
And yes, a very noisy night out there tonight, but will there be too much smoke and too much cloud to see that super moon? All the detail a little later on.
So first tonight, the widow of a man killed on a smart motorway in South Yorkshire travelled to Westminster today to demand the government release documents she believes proves the scheme has failed.
Claire Mercer's husband Jason died in a collision after he broke down on the M1 near Meadowhall. Since his death, she's campaigned for hard shoulders to be reinstalled wherever they've been removed.
She believes that data held in so-called post-opening project evaluations, or POPE, will back her calls. Fred Dimbleby reports.
It's been more than 6 years since Claire Mercer lost her husband, Jason, but the pain of that day still stays with her.
He was very loving, and he was always messaging me and sending me things all throughout the day, and I noticed that I wasn't getting any messages, so I started worrying, and then I saw 2 high-vis uniforms through the door, and I knew. I actually opened the door saying, "Is he alive?" And they said, "Can we come in?" And I said, "Is he alive?" And they said, "Let us in, please." And I said, "Is he alive?" And they said, "No." Sorry. They had to, I fell to the floor. They had to pick me up and take me into the house.
Killed on a stretch of the M1 near Sheffield, where there is no hard shoulder. They had stopped on the smart motorway after a minor collision when they were hit by a lorry. Now Claire is calling for so-called POPE reports, which are assessments of the real-world effects of smart motorway projects, to be released by the government.
They're just hiding them, and that's not true. They said transparency will show you what the real parameters. You're worried by something new, it's just your perception. We'll show you the stats, and we know that these reports show that things are not coming as they thought they would.
Claire's local Labour MP is backing her calls and says smart motorways should be scrapped.
We have to get to the bottom of what's actually going on with these deadly smart motorways. And for years now, National Highways have been avoiding telling us the stats that would help us make a decision if they're safe, if they're not safe. This is public money. This is a public organisation. We need transparency.
The government says smart motorways remain their safest roads in terms of deaths or serious injuries, and that they continue to monitor their performance and have significantly invested in safety features.
What do you say to government, this Labour government today?
I'm not giving up and going away. I've outlasted 6 transport ministers. I'm still here, they're not. Stop ignoring me, meet with us, and stop ignoring the public. We don't want these things and we can't afford them.
Today's call for transparency is just part of Claire's wider campaign to end the use of smart motorways once and for all.
Yes, so Claire Mercer is not giving up, Fred. What are the realistic prospects of this report actually being released?
Well, look, these reports effectively monitor how well various road systems are working.
But a number of 5-year-on from opening reports, including some referencing the M1, are yet to be published. And Claire thinks that's because they include details that aren't particularly flattering for the smart motorway system. Now, I understand National Highways, who produces those reports, have sent them to the Department for Transport, and they are in the final review process. But for Claire, after such a horrific experience, it is the smart motorway system itself that is not fit for purpose.
Fred Dimbleby, live from Westminster Hall tonight. Thank you so much. There are warnings that lives could be at risk tonight as antisocial behaviour, fireworks and bonfires create the perfect storm for our emergency services.
Fire crews in West Yorkshire say they're teaming up with police to patrol well-known hotspots. And at one park in Bradford, community volunteers say they're no longer holding an event for fear of a repeat of last year when they were targeted with fireworks.
Well, Helen Steele is at West Yorkshire Fire's Control Centre for us right now. Helen, they must be expecting a really busy night there.
Well, yes, the night is young, but the work has already begun here in the control room, where they're already attending a number of bonfires that have got out of control. Now, last year, over this period, they received around 500 calls. This year, they are expecting a few more because, well, this year it's not raining. They have said, though, that you should only ring if a bonfire is truly out of control, because they always receive more calls than they can actually attend. Now, that said, if you do call, it will come through here. And last year, one call they did attend was at West Park in Bradford, where there was a prolonged period of antisocial behaviour. Now, tonight I've been speaking to one man who says a night of fun has really turned into a night of fear for people there.
November the 5th last year, and a display of antisocial behaviour that few will forget. The target, a community show in West Park, Bradford, and among the guests, a number of children.
But what we found is that we were attacked and we were chased out of the park. Our facilities were damaged, the bouncy castle was ripped, burnt, and the local imam who came out and he was chased out of the park with fireworks aimed at our faces.
Repeated scenes like those last year have also caused long-term damage.
Every other bin in the park has been damaged. It's got fire damage. Benches have been graffitied on. There's fire patches the size of, a bus.
Well, these hedges have been cut right back after being set alight on previous bonfire nights, and other measures have been taken to mitigate what's to come. But despite this, Hamza says he still fears that tonight could result in utter chaos.
As we film the piles of tyres dumped ready for this evening, the fireworks begin.
The minute it gets dark tonight, people will start bringing their household rubbish into the park to destroy the park even further.
Those who are left to deal with the darker side of bonfire night year on year say they'll be upping their patrols tonight.
It's obviously getting busier this time of year and we're seeing more antisocial behaviour, and unfortunately we're seeing attacks on firefighters, so we're just doing everything we can to stop them, so working closely with the police and local authorities just to put plans in place.
In a bid to defuse the problem, fire officers have raided premises storing or selling fireworks illegally. These are some of the 600 seized, some from residential homes, others from a working men's club. This one modified with a handle to be used as a potential weapon.
The misuse of fireworks is extremely dangerous, not just from a personal point of view for anybody mishandling them, but for the use of them in public order situations. Every single firework here now cannot fall into the hands of people who would use them and weaponise them against emergency service workers.
Back in West Park, community events have been cancelled, volunteers like Hamza deciding not to take the risk. And tonight he has a simple message.
They are your facilities and they're for you to respect. Stop destroying your park, stop destroying your facilities and grow up.
Helen Steele reporting then. Of course, it goes without saying, we hope that you have an enjoyable and safe bonfire night tonight. Now, stay with us on Calendar, because still to come, if you go down to the woods near Leeds today, you'll find plenty of people in your corner. We've the latest in our series.
Now, to the storm in a duck pond that is still upsetting some residents in Stillington.
Yes, the normally quiet village on the edge of the Howardian Hills near Easingwold is at the centre of a row over a pair of domestic geese removed from the village pond by the parish council.
The council says Hercules and Lucy could be a danger to motorists, so it had them removed. But the birds' owners say the move is bad for the goose, bad for the gander and bad for the village. From there, Fraser Maud reports.
The duck pond that's become a battleground. It used to be home to Hercules and Lucy, a mating pair of geese. But the parish council said the lovebirds were a danger to traffic and they were removed from the village under cover of darkness. It's left their owners spitting feathers.
Well, we don't know whether they're still alive, whether they're well cared for. Obviously bird flu restrictions in. You know, it's just a bit of a nightmare really, but everyone's just like, where are they? We're so worried, we want them back.
Yeah, it's cruel really, because she's never been anywhere else apart from our house or the pond, so it's probably quite stressful for them.
So how do you feel now that you don't know where she is?
Just annoyed, really.
Many of the villagers in Stillington and those who pass through think it's foul play by the council.
The doctor's surgery is just over there on the left, and I always look for them, and it was just something really nice, a really nice part of this village, and I really miss them.
I mean, they loved it on here, the two geese. They were a perfect pair together.
Everybody loved them.
Everybody loved them.
Everybody loved seeing some sort of life on the pond. Now it's just a dead pond.
It's dead. It's absolutely dead.
We rang local farms around to see if they'd been taken there. Nobody's seen them, nobody's heard of them. We've had a sighting in Sheffield, it wasn't them. I think we're all just desperate to know that they're safe.
We just want them back. We do want them back.
The campaigners wanting to free the Stillington 2 say even though it's bonfire night, there won't be any fireworks at this evening's parish council meeting, but they're happy to ruffle a few feathers to get their birds back. The parish council says the geese were placed here without permission and it took the decision to remove them to a safe environment for safety reasons. It also says that if any other domestic birds are put on the pond, they will be immediately removed. I'm not sure what that means though for Donald. Fraser Maud, ITV News, Stillington.
I wonder where they are. It's a mystery.
Yes, I wonder what you think about that as well. Do let us know.
Yes, indeed. Now then, for generations, a fine set of dinnerware was a staple in British homes, a symbol of family gatherings and celebrations.
Yeah, have you got a posh set at home?
I've got my granny's set, actually.
You still got it, not chipped?
Still got it. In great condition.
Oh, that's good. It's thought, though, that consumer habits have now shifted to buying smaller functional pieces for everyday use, and dinner sets are considered, well, old-fashioned like your granny.
Yeah, well, this trend could be adding to the existing strain on the UK ceramics industry. Amrit Birdie can tell us more.
In times gone by, the demand for formal dinnerware kept thousands of skilled workers busy. But as dinner tables and spending habits change, so too does the future of this once thriving industry. Cedric Quillet owns a ceramics store in Leeds and has noticed a shift.
I think before people were buying a full dinner set or china service, and that was mainly probably for special occasion. And I think now people want to use it for every day. They want beautiful pieces, affordable, unique, authentic, we've got a bit of soul and very sustainable as well.
The change reflects broader trends, smaller homes, tighter budgets and more informal lifestyles. But for traditional manufacturers already battling high energy costs and cheaper imports, it's another blow.
A lot of people have an image of the industry as being in some way old-fashioned. What they don't see is the cores that go into the turbine blades of jet engines, ceramic material. They don't actually notice that they're surrounded by ceramics because of brick houses. So we are constantly surrounded by brick and other ceramic materials. You can't make steel, you can't make glass without ceramic refractories. So we are an essential industry. We're critical to the country's economy.
But despite its many uses, it could already be too late for the several historic ceramics firms that have struggled this year. Those behind the recent British Ceramics Biennial, a 6-week festival celebrating ceramicists, say there is still hope for the industry.
We have had just shy of 38,000 visits. So it shows you, and those aren't all local people. They are people coming locally, travelling absolutely miles nationally, and some people travelling internationally to see what's going on right now with contemporary art, with ceramics at this moment in time. We might not have the big dinner service that we keep and that we, really value anymore. That might be a slightly outmoded concept, but ceramics and clay haven't left at all.
From royal wedding china to everyday coffee cups, British ceramics have long told the story of how our nation eats and lives. And that story, it seems, is still being rewritten. Amrit Birdie, ITV News.
OK, well, it's time for some sport now, and a big night both on and off the pitch down at Hillsborough.
Powering local sport in the community. Octopus Energy sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
Well, tonight Sheffield Wednesday take on Norwich in the Championship, but there's more than just the football to look forward to if you're heading down to Hillsborough.
Yes, they're calling it Blue and White Night in reference to the club's colours, and there's plenty going on, including live entertainment before kick-off and the chance for fans to meet some club legends. Well, Chris Dawkes is live for us. Chris, it's been quite the change, hasn't it, at Hillsborough just recently?
Lara, it certainly has, and if you're after a visual representation of the change down here at Hillsborough, you only have to look over my shoulder at the north stand behind me, where it once bore the name of the former owner here, Dayfon Chansiri. It said Chansiri on that stand. All that's left now is an N and an S. Like you say, tonight's been labelled Blue and White Night. They're encouraging Sheffield Wednesday fans to get down here early, spend their money to help the club in its current financial predicament. It's amazing. They're going to expect close to a sellout here tonight, around 27,000 supporters, which is quite the contrast to what it was 2 weeks ago when Middlesbrough were the visitors, when the away fans actually outnumbered the home fans. Just around 7,000 fans rattling around this stadium back then. Lots of activity going on throughout the night, as you say, not least in the club mega store right now, where fans are buying replica shirts, lots of merchandise being pulled off the shelves as well as some club legends to meet and greet as well, the likes of David Hirst, Chris Waddle, legends that probably didn't feel welcome here at Sheffield Wednesday for the last few years. They're down here tonight, and earlier on I managed to have a quick word with Chris Waddle.
There's been a lot of opinions about the previous ownership, and I think I would say 100% very happy that it's been sorted, and yes, they've gone into receivership, but I'm sure there's a lot of tasty buyers out there who want to take this club forward, because it is a big, massive club, and it's probably one of the last big clubs still available on the market. So yeah, I'm glad he's gone, and let's move forward.
Well, I'm joined now by one of the administrators down here, Chris Wigfield, a Sheffield Wednesday fan no less as well, so labour of love I imagine for you this, Chris, at the moment. Can you give us the latest on the search for a new owner here at Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah, so we've obviously cast the net far and wide, and so far we're absolutely delighted with the response that we've had. We've had numerous interested parties. We've got 7 at the moment that have given proof of funding. We expect that to go into double figures, so we're absolutely delighted both with the number and the quality of the people that are coming forward.
So what's the next step then?
Once they've provided proof of funding, they get access to certain financial information. They then analyse that, and then in the next couple of weeks we're expecting offers and bids to start coming in. So obviously once the offers and bids start coming in, then we can start negotiating and hopefully pretty quickly get to a preferred bidder status, so we know who's going to be buying the club.
Do you have a time frame in mind for when you might have a new owner in charge here?
I think a realistic target is for the new owner to be fully in place by January, but we would like to probably know who that owner will be by the end of November, early December, and then they can start their due diligence process. The EFL have to do a fit and proper test, but yeah, we'd like to know in about 4 weeks probably who it's going to be.
Well, fingers crossed with that search, Chris. Thanks for joining us on Calendar tonight. Well, let's not forget there's a football match to be played here at Hillsborough tonight. Norwich City, the visitors, a vital 3 points to be earned, hopefully, for Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, let's hope so. Thanks very much, Chris Dawkes, live at Hillsborough for us tonight. OK, well, on to last night's football now, and it's not getting any better for Sheffield United, I'm afraid. Despite taking the lead at Championship leaders Coventry through Sam McCallum, the Blades conceded 3 second-half goals to succumb to a third straight defeat. Rotherham rescued a draw deep into stoppage time, drawing 2-2 with Burton in League One, and Huddersfield are through to the knockout stages of the EFL Trophy after beating Mansfield 3-1.
Now, I've heard a rumour that our Kerry is dashing away from here off to see a bonfire after this programme tonight. Is that true?
It's all kicking off tonight. Well, we should be, shouldn't we? It's the official 5th of November. But before those guys got really interested and excited, when after nightfall, I just wanted to show you a few shots from just before nightfall. This is Stillingfleet, New York. A big thank you to Karen for the shot. And if you look in that bottom left-hand corner, you can just see the shadows of who I think are her kids. Absolutely beautiful shot just before dusk. And then just at dusk, an amazing sunset uplifted, or uplit, I should say, by those clouds. Lots of texture in the clouds, so please keep them coming. Stubbing Pond in Wingerworth, a big thank you to Mike. Plenty of autumn colour, and also with a bit more cloud. This was Huddersfield. A big thank you to Di Bagliani. It's so warm out there. It's about 12 or 13 at the moment. That's the average by day. That's what we're expecting for the evening. These are our averages for this time of the year. And I did mention this yesterday. It has been a record breaker in regional spots. Bradford at 17.5 Celsius, our warmest spot. And the last time Bradford got to 16.7 Celsius on the 5th of November itself. Now, it's not for everybody, is it? All these fireworks and all the smoke and stuff. But if you don't want to do that, you can actually see the Beaver supermoon tonight. It's the biggest and brightest of the year, and it's 14% bigger, 30% brighter than it would be at its apogee, which is furthest away. It's at its perigee, it's closest to Earth, at 220,000 miles away from us, you two.
I'm glad you explained what an apogee is, because I certainly didn't know. Thank you.
My most memorable bonfire night was the night the Crossroads Motel burnt down. Remember that?
No, I don't. I'm not as old as you, love. Anyway, finally tonight, we're heading into the woods where volunteers have been creating a hidden gem.
Yes, it's part of our series which aims to shine a spotlight on some of the people who are giving up their time to make a difference in our communities.
Just a stone's throw from the centre of Leeds, Sally Simpson has been meeting some of the people who are in your corner of the Callander region.
We're just a couple of miles from the middle of Leeds, but the sounds of the city seem far, far away. Tucked between two housing estates, Cherwell Urban Woodland is a natural haven of peace and tranquility. But hard work goes into maintaining this magical place.
Steve, you're a real band of merry men and women working here. How would you describe the work that you do?
Well, it's basically to improve the environment. Originally, when I first came down here, it was a dumping ground. And then I saw the opportunity to do a bit of volunteering on my own, and then as I say, we joined with other people and it built up from there. And then it seemed that I needed to organise it, and we got them working on teams, and it's grown from there on.
Ranging in age from 14 to 82, volunteers are here week in, week out to keep this place special.
It's great because, you know, in college now, you know, it's getting stressful, a lot of work to do, and, you know, it's nice if I have a free Saturday, come down and help out, you know, be in the woods.
It just releases my stress over the week. I've been doing school and that. It just relaxes me doing this because I get to be outside for a long time and just breathe it all in the air and the nature.
You're in the woods, you just get to take breath of fresh air, and you don't really have to think much about what you do, but then you're still contributing to like people's experience of the woods.
What do you love best about it?
Well, look, out in the fresh air, it's good camaraderie. It teaches you skills you didn't have. It's just good fun. And we get loads of compliments from people saying what a wonderful job we do, which is obviously a good thing.
You can see how well it's cared for. They've got the volunteers that are here a couple of times a week. They've got a little library. They've got the den building. It's a nice place. It's in the city, but it's a little oasis, really.
Hidden beneath the earth are the green shoots which will surface in the spring, ensuring the woodland thrives all year round.
You notice that you see what you've done as well through the year. You come for a walk yourself and
You're like, oh, I planted that, or like, I did that. And it's just, yeah, it feels really nice.
Walking through these woods, it'd be easy to take for granted the work that goes into maintaining them. But as I found out, it doesn't happen by accident, and this wonderful place wouldn't be here if you didn't have these volunteers in your corner.
Oh, lovely. Well done to all involved. And if you know of someone or a group of people who are making a difference in your corner of the Calendar region, who you'd like us to consider featuring, then please do let us know. Just send us an email. The usual address, calendar@itv.com.
Yeah, now we've seen all the great outdoors, because we want to get outdoors, don't we? Shall we see what the weather's got in store? Here's Kerry.
Today's forecast: seafood and sugar cube towns. TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Hello again. Yes, a very mild one across the region today, and more so as we head through once more into tonight. But that autumn colour continuing to look very pretty across many parts of our region. A big thank you to Steve for this one of Otley-Shevin, and also to Sandy for this one taken earlier on today, where we did have a decent spell of blue sky and sunshine. Variable amounts of cloud though over the next few days, staying very mild by day and by night until the end of the week. Slightly fresher and temperatures nearer normal as we head towards the weekend. So yes, 17-18s today under that blanket of warm ex-tropical air. But as we head towards the weekend, more of a westerly than a southerly, and that will dip the temperatures a little bit as we head into Saturday and Sunday. In the meantime, it stays very mild, mostly dry out there for any bonfires this evening. Very small chance of a shower, but pushing through quickly. Low cloud, mist and murk, and I think with all the fireworks and the bonfires, yes, a rather cloudy night, but yes, continuing mild 12s and 13s for most of us. There is sun times for tomorrow, 7:15 and 4:24. For tomorrow, a few showers in the mix now. We were hoping for it to be drier and brighter, but there will be drier and brighter spells in between showers that will move from south to north during the course of the day. Again, quite gloomy over the hills, a lot of low cloud, and temperatures very similar to today, very mild, 16 or 17. I think a drier and brighter start as we head into Friday morning. Make the most of the first half of the day. Could turn quite unsettled, certainly to western fringes as we head through into the afternoon, and then a slightly fresher theme into the weekend.
TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
There you go. Toffee, apples and parking is just round the corner now.
Oh, parking's nice, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, and don't forget to look after your pets as well, because they don't like fireworks, even though we do.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching.
Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.